Hi, I'm Naomi, and first of all, thank you for joining us for the Lunar New Year festivities. My class today is going to be on Chinese writing. I'm going to be teaching you traditional Chinese writing. You're really going to need a writing utensil, so pencil or pen, and a piece of paper. I'm going to be doing this on my computer whiteboard, so it's clear for me to write for you guys. It's not gonna be any different from when you write it on a piece of paper and computer. So let's get started. Hi guys, so we'll be starting with today, and what we have in front of us is the alphabet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 through 10, and I'll also be showing you different characters later. But before we actually start writing, it's very different from English and a lot of different languages because there's no alphabet. There's no alphabet that you can really use to distinguish what a word or a phrase sounds like or means like. Because every Chinese character, they have multiple meanings and they're very different. So let's get started with the numbers. So usually you go left to right. 1, that's E. Is 2, so you go up to down. Now this is stroke order. So for the first one, since it's only a line, that's the only stroke order. But for 2, because there's multiple, there's 2 strokes. So the first one's 1 stroke, the second one is 2 strokes. And the stroke order is basically the way that you write it. So when you write 2, you wouldn't write it as this. That's the wrong stroke order. You would go from top to bottom, not bottom to top. And that's basically what stroke order is. It's very important when you're learning words with different steps and everything around the word. So for 3, stroke order 1, 2, 3. There's 3 strokes, top to bottom again. You want to make sure that the top is shorter than the last line, but longer than the middle one. And the second also, the top one is shorter than the first one. For 4, the corner here, so here is 1 stroke. The curves inside is, each one is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 strokes, and the stroke order is from left to right, but you always do the inside first before using the last line, like here. For 5, similar to the 4, this is 1 stroke, so this is 1 stroke, and you go top to bottom, but this one's a little different. Instead of doing this and this, it's this. Sorry, I'm gonna rewrite that. So, you can do it top to bottom, but that's not the stroke order. For 6, this one's top to bottom. You want to make sure that you clearly see the dashes. So this one's particularly easy. You also don't want the dashes to be like straight like this, because that's not 6. And you don't want it to be like this or this. You want to space it out a little bit. Now 5 has 4 strokes. 6 has 4 strokes. Now for 7, there's actually only 2, because this curve is connected to the body of it, and this as well. It's a curve, so it's only 1 stroke. So this is 1 stroke. So in total, there's 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. For 8, it's very easy. Just do. I've seen people write it like this, which can be alright, but typically it is best to write it like this. For 9, same with the 7 and actually the 5. Corner here, it's only the top corners typically. The curve here, so this whole thing is 1 stroke. So you do it like this, slash. Do it like this, slash. So the 8 and the 9 has 2 strokes. Now for 10, it's a cross, or it's like a cross, so there's 2 strokes from left to right, top to bottom. Just like how you write a T. Next word is ren, which is people or person. It depends on what you put in front of it. This has 2 strokes. I'm gonna write it once, you guys can write it. And then after that, you guys can write it 5 more times. So, run, like this. Now, this is the wrong way to write it. You do not want it to look like this, or it's going to look like 8. And if it's connected, that's also not correct. This is also not correct, because this is a different word. So you want to make sure that the way you're writing it is right, and this one is much shorter. Next word is wo, which is I or me, also depending what you put in the sentence or phrase. So wo isn't from top to bottom, it's actually left to right. You start with dash here and a line. So this line is this one, which will go through the left and right strokes. Check, dash. And then you're gonna do curve, dash like the other one, and like a line, a dot. You don't want this one to be that short. There are a lot of wrong ways to write the word, but typically, people will write it like where this here is not in the line. So the correct way to write it is you want to make sure everything is like in the line. As you can see, like here before, well, you can't clearly see it now, but before the line was here. So the dot should have been here. Oh, sorry. So the is, when you put it with wa, it's my. There's a lot of different meanings to the. So you write it is, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is also left to right. Okay, and now this is the same dash, and this is also one stroke at that. I haven't really seen a lot of people butcher this word, so next word, bu. It's B-U-T, but like you don't like it. You do a line first, and then do curve from the top. Sorry. You actually want the line to be connecting it, then line front, and then a dash. I've seen a lot of people butcher the word as where you're doing it like this. I mean, like this. You do not want this line to be crossing over. But I've also seen people do it like this. Also incorrect. You want to make sure that the line in front, and then a curve. In the middle of the curve is a straight line, and then a dash. Da is big. This one's quite easy. You don't want to make any dots. So da is just like this, which is big. Xiao is actually small. So yeah, not a lot of people butcher this word. The only thing that I would say is that the check mark here, you want to make sure you clearly see it. You do not want the word to look like this, or it's completely different. Zhong, medium. This word has a lot of different meanings, but typically it's to show size. This one, like this. Just make sure that it's symmetrical. Si is one curve, so this is one stroke. Line. This is top to bottom again. Line. You want to make sure that this line is taller. Line here. Curve. Connecting all. Make sure that here you don't do this. You don't want the line to be crossing over. 10. Now, 10 through 12, 10 through 13 is basically family members, I would say. So mama, mom, you only need to know one. This is a complete phrase. Do this, like, it's a corner, so one. And then do this and curve. That's how it looks when it's typed, but you can do this, so it's a line like that. Then you do a line, 3 lines actually. Put a line down the middle, curve it like this, and then like that. So you just need to know how to write this word. Make sure you get 4 dots actually. It's very important. Titi, it's to show younger brother. Top to bottom as well. This is actually the same stroke as this. So line and cross. I actually wrote this one pretty ugly. Let me redo this again. Okay. So again, just the same word. So Papa, Dad. This one, top to bottom, slash like this. Looks like two like sword handles. And then here, it's like the 5, and then a line, bottom here, then back. Mama. Quite simple. This one is the same as Mama. Sorry, this is Jie. This is sister. Yeah, older sister typically. Yes, this is the same as the mom, and so you're only learning this side, which is this curve, line, dash. Now, cha is family. Do that, and then you do this. A line, dash here, curve here, 2 dashes, and then like a check on the side. Now, what's very important with this one is it's like the run, the first one. You want to make sure that this is not this. It just doesn't look as good. Like this. I is like love. So there's a lot of components, so we'll break it down. So this is top to bottom. The first part of it is dash and 3 dots. Then you do it like ja, what the anchor. Xing is actually a word that we'll see next, but that means heart. Just do this, like so. And then dash here, corner, and then dash. So see here, this is Xing. Wait, it looks different. Yeah, you can write it 2 ways like this, but typically people write it like this. Yao is want, or it's actually need. Line. Now the box here, then you don't want to have the line crossing the top one. Then close it, and then in ma it's nu. This is the word nu, which is female, but obviously this doesn't change the gender. Ni is you, typically. So dash like this, the anchor, and then xiao. I'm actually going to skip to sentence structure. Now, where's the sentence structure? There's some words that you might not know. Oh, sorry. So I'm skipping to sentence structure. There's a lot of words that you might not know, so I'll just tell you right now. So this is ni hao, it's hello. It's combining ni, and then hao is the nu. So it's like this. And then you have name, so it's 名字. This. Okay, and this is a phrase. These are all phrases. So, and then you would write your name. This typically isn't like the best sentences that make sense. So, so I love my the jia, which is I love my family. And then 再见. So this is hi. This is bye. So again, sorry, line here. This line, make sure the line doesn't like cross over that much. Then Jian. This, that. So the sentence structure of this whole of Chinese is very similar to English sentence structure in the way that it's always subject or noun, verb, and object. So in the sentence, I'm saying, hi, my name is, I love my family, bye. This isn't a very clear sentence, but all these sentences fit the structure, except for 你好 and 再见, because that is just a phrase, I'd say. When you're reading or writing sentences, you can actually do in two ways. So this was the way that I did it mostly. It's, if you look back, cross. So you would read from left to right, then bottom, and then so top to bottom. Similarly, like how you write in English. But in a lot of articles, or maybe sometimes menus, it doesn't really matter, but this is also another way. It is right to left, and then top to bottom. As you can see, my periods and exclamation marks are one line. So this would be one line, so you would read it down, then you go to the next line, read it down. Typically, a lot of books are written like this. So that is the end of my class. I hope you guys enjoyed it.